How's it? This is Mark Kyle, and we're learning Excel today for the first time. Now, when you first open Excel, you'll see this page view. Okay, this is what it would look like if you printed it. I don't really like the page view in the bottom left-hand corner. I do normal view, and I don't know why this is, but by default, it's really zoomed out. I like to change it to like 250 usually. So just type in 250 in the top zoom button, and then you can see things a little bit better. Now, notice that there's letters going across and numbers going down. The letters going across is columns. The numbers going across is rows. Okay. How I think of it is when you row a boat, it's like side to side. Row, row, row your boat. What comes next? Yeah, gently down the stream. Everybody now. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Thank you. For columns, I think of it as when I would visit, like, in Europe and the Middle East, they have these huge columns from back in ancient days. So those are our columns. Okay. So if I click on this one right here, this is called C4. Okay. This is called B2. Similar to battleship. Okay, so that's how when I say a cell reference, that's what it's referring to. Now we can type in numbers, okay, into these cell references or cells. Okay, we can type in percentages, and basically I think of Excel as one big calculator. Okay, so let's say I have 55, and if I put equals, you start every equation as equals, and then it translates into an equation. 55 times 5 divided by 3 plus 8 minus 9 equals what? Cho? Oh, you don't know? Chung? You don't know either? Well, I think Excel might be smarter than you. It is 90.6. Oh, bummer. You were close, right? So it's really smart in doing equations and things like that. So, but I'm going to show you some shortcuts first and showing you guys how to do things, and then you'll understand things a lot better. Okay? So first of all, it has a lot of similar shortcuts as Microsoft Word. Notice like open a new document and quits and undos. Notice the spell check, either F7 or function F7. That's something you'll need to be using a lot, because if I misspell a word, like if I do this, like house, and I take off E and just house, like it's not going to spell check because it reads it like a calculator. So it's not going to it's not like a Word document processing program. So it's not going to spell check it for you. But you can do your spell check, okay, and then you can see what you misspelled later on. Okay. Now these are some things about applying borders. Okay, so Command Option O or 0, sorry, is to apply border. So if I have a cell here, Command Option 0, notice that it becomes a cell here. So it's one with a box. If I don't want it anymore, I can remove it by hitting the minus. So Command Option minus, and you can take it out. Bless you. If you want, let's say you only want the top of the cell, and you guys should be following along and practicing these things while I'm telling you them. Practice makes perfect, right? Command Option arrow up gives you that. Command Option bottom, left, right, top, so you can make your box and build it. So again, Command Option left, top, right, down, and you can build it. Hit Command Option left, top, right, bottom to take it all apart and dismantle your little box. So that's pretty fun. Control Shift W on text. So if I have some text here, Control Shift W, okay. Sorry. So Control Shift W and Control Shift D. Sorry. Command Shift D. Command Shift D. Command Shift. Sorry, I made a mistake. Command. So not Control. Right? Command Shift D and W. Now using Command Shift D and W. Now using Command Shift D and W, we can do some stuff to the text. So let's say we have text right here. Command Shift D is outline. D outline do the same thing, and you can also shadow it. Command Shift W to shadow your text. So those are some good things. Now to decrease the font is a little bit different. Command Shift and then the left, like right bracket. Okay, so this sign, Command Shift and that sign will go left and back down. Command Shift minus sign will strike through it. Okay, so you might want to use that. You can hide a row, Control 9, or a column. So let's say I don't want this text to be there, and I'll just delete that. So Command 9, sorry, Control 9, and it's hidden. Okay, and if I want to hide a column instead of a row, so notice these will disappear. Just Control 0. Now to unhide, okay, notice B and D show blue, showing that they are hidden. That's to show that. You can click on that. If you highlight B and D together and you control click and you hit unhide, you can do it that way. Or if you want to unhide everything, go ahead and click on the little diamond and unhide, and you can unhide everything. Okay, so now let's talk about selecting cells for a minute. Okay, Shift plus arrows. Now notice text is selected. If I hit right arrow, it moves it over a certain slide. Okay, let's say I want to delete both of these, and instead of hitting delete and then moving over, delete. Okay, to shorten that, you can click, hold down the command, or sorry, Shift arrow and then delete. Okay, so again, click, hold down Shift, right arrow, delete, and you can do everything. You can also Command Shift down. Sorry. Yeah. If you get lost like I did, just hit home. It'll always bring you back home. Control home will bring you to A1. Okay. If you're down here and you hit home, it'll control home. It'll bring you to your next text. Okay. So go to text with next content. Command and arrows. Move down one cell is enter. Okay. So again, I hit enter. It goes right here. Shift enter goes back up. So that can be helpful. Enter the date and time. That's a good one. So I hit control and so you hit control in that one or command in that one and you get the date and the time. Okay. If you want to edit an equation, okay, remember I showed you we had that crazy equation. All right, so Cho and Chung, you said you want to try one more time, right? Ready? 55 minus 6 plus 3 divided by 2 times 9 divided by 2 plus 6 equals? Yeah, 61.75. So you're fast at entering the equations in your Excel. All right, so let's say I wanted to, what do I want to do? I want to edit this equation, okay? I said, oh, I want to add 2 to this, okay? You can hit Control plus U, okay? So I click on this, hit Control, and then U, and then it automatically goes to the end, and I can hit, oh, plus 2, or 21, enter. Okay, so I can get to that as well. Let's go back. Oh, we're not swimming. Hey, Chung, is that you? You ready for swimming? Yeah, it's coming up. All right. Okay, so if you hit Control A, you'll bring up this equation bar. So if you want to enter something in an equation here instead, you can do that. So you can go 55 minus 2 and all that stuff if you want to do it in here instead of the cell. But it's the same thing. Notice it's here and it's also here. It's doing it simultaneously. Okay. If you delete cells, you can just hit delete. But I do want to show you something. So notice how 82.75 is bolded. If I hit delete, okay, and then I type something in, it's still bolded, right? So basically when I hit delete, it only deleted those numbers. What if I want to delete like all the properties of that cell, like all the formatting? Then you would hit Control B. Okay, so let's say you're lost. Okay, again, you're lost somewhere in your cells. See, I'm like somewhere out of nowhere. And then I hit, to go to the control box, Control G. Okay, so Control G is like go. And then I can go, hey, I want to go to B2. And I hit go. And look, I'm at B2. So that was cool. If you want to delete a column, you can just highlight the columns, control click, and hit delete, and then it's gone. We're almost done. If you want to go to the next sheet or previous sheet, notice here there's different sheets. If you double click, you can like rename something. You can also color code it, like control click, and you can rename it. You can copy the sheet and move it over, like create copy. Okay, so notice there's 2 of them now. You can also move them around. So notice I moved this around. So if you want to go between sheets really fast, you can hit Control page up or page down. And notice I'm cycling through the sheets. So Control page up or page down. Okay, and then to start a formula and to begin a formula. Okay, so there's our practice session on shortcuts. And like I said, the equations, to start an equation equals, and then you can type in your equation, and there you go. Okay, so that's a brief introduction to shortcuts and basics of Microsoft Excel. I also want to show you a shortcut in terms of auto-summing a group of numbers. So here we have some grades as percentages. If I want to know the average grade, I'm going to come up here to auto-sum, okay, and I'm going to hit average. And it's basically going to put a box around the numbers that it's going to average. If it's not correct, let's say I don't want the American Literature grade, just these 3, I can just highlight these 3, and then I hit enter, and it will show you the average right here. Okay, so that's average. Now if I wanted to know my maximum, it'll show me the maximum grade of these numbers, and that's 95, right? Yes, that's correct. And the other one is min. You can show min of those 4, and she moved away. And I can also have count numbers. That will show you the count of how many I'm working with. So it would be 4. Okay, and I'll make it. If you ever see these pound symbols, it means that this cell is too small for it to show all the numbers. You just need to make it bigger. Okay, and so notice it's 400%. Now I don't want a percent, I want it to be just a number. Okay, next is Autosum. Let's say you have a lot of numbers that you wanted to check out. So let's say you wanted to know how many quizzes you had. So here you had 1 on this day, you had 2 on this day, and this day you had 4 and 2 and 5. And so let's say you want to calculate your total amount of quizzes that you had. Okay, again, auto sum, you can just hit sum and then highlight all of that, and I'll show you the total of the amount. Another feature is, you see we have these grades here. If you want to delete something as well, if you hit the delete key on the keyboard next to the plus sign, you'll just delete the first cell. If you want to delete everything, click on the delete on to the right of delete on your keypad, and I'll delete all of the contents. If I wanted to arrange these in alphabetical order, you don't just select these classes and then see up here you can sort A to Z or Z to A. I can hit sort A to Z, but notice only the classes changed and not the grades and passes with it. Okay, so I'm going to undo that. Instead, highlight 10, 11, 12, 13 rows, and then go to sort AZ, and notice that these changed with it. Okay, and again, if I want to illustrate that a little bit more obviously, if I have a 100% in chemistry, which would have never happened in my case, and I hit A to Z, okay, notice chemistry moved up to 100%. So sort by rows, not by the cells.